Good evening and welcome to ATV News. I'm Charity Pepezani. Here are your top stories this Monday. The former CEO of ZIFA, the Zimbabwean Football Association, has sensationally admitted to match fixing as part of the Asiagate scandal that is surrounding Zimbabwean football. Henrietta Rashwaya has admitted to falling into the trap of match fixing and accepted her punishment over the scandal. She made a formal apology to players and officials who now face the end of their careers. Players were allegedly offered money to lose matches on trips to Asia between 2007 and 2009. Their life ban from football activities was announced last Friday, but Rashwaya has insisted that match fixing has been taking place before she started work in 2007. The former CEO claimed that she was being made a scapegoat because she was a woman. In Zimbabwe, an assistant referee has been killed in Gokwe South for ruling out a goal for offside. The assistant referee was struck on the head with a log by a soccer fan and died on the spot. 34-year-old Isaac Mbofana of Takwarira village was confirmed dead on Thursday around 3 p.m. The incident happened at Jomboringo Primary School. Police were called to the scene and the body of Mr. Mbofana was taken away for post-mortem. A police spokesperson said the killer is thought to be Onsimo Sichani. He is still at large and the police have appealed to the members of public to come forward with any information. In Zambia, a 7-year-old boy has been killed and eaten by marauding lions. The incident was confirmed by the village headman, Mosokolani Tenshin Montonga, who identified the deceased boy as Salvation Nyerenda. Mr. Montonga explained that Salvation was having supper around 6 p.m. when hungry lions caught and dragged him into a nearby bush where they ate his body. The following morning, residents found the boy's remains. They were immediately buried before being reported to the Zambian Wildlife Authority at Kanzembe headquarters. This incident follows a spate of lion attacks in Zambia in recent weeks. Staying in Zambia, Gwembe police have arrested and detained the nephew of a Gwembe constituency MP for indecent curiosity. 27-year-old Wycliffe Ntundu apparently peeped through the bathroom door to watch the nudity of his auntie, Chilipa Ntundu, as she took a bath. The suspect is alleged to have a habit of peeping and on occasions has climbed trees just to watch people from open bathroom tops. Ms. Ntundu reported the matter to the police in Gwembe, but the police suggest that the MP's wife will withdraw the case if Wycliffe shows remorse for his actions. In entertainment, Zambian singer Jordan Katembula, also known as JK, has planned a big album launch for his new album, Pistol. The singer was hailed as one of the best things to happen to Zambian music after the release of his self-titled debut album. Having collaborated with such artists as R. Kelly, JK is hoping to reach even higher with the release of Pistol. Here's a clip of one of JK's earlier hits, Nafikilisha. In today's ATV interview, Liam talks to a dancer and choreographer who wants to inspire African artists to get involved with making music videos.
Hello and welcome to today's ATV interview. Today we've got another great guest lined up in the hot seat. He's the multi-talented Teo, aka Mr. Tdance. He's a dancer, a choreographer, music video editor, and he's looking at ways to explore links with African music artists to help them make really good music videos over here in England. So thanks for joining us today, Teo.
Thanks, Liam. Thanks for having me.
And could you tell us a little bit about the choreography work that you do?
Right, okay, basically, as a choreographer, my job is to, bring music and dance together into one place. Because music, also is not just an emotional, sound that you hear. It can also reflect, you can have a physical, basically bring it out into physical. And that's what dance does for you. For instance, if you're having a model in a music video, or the artist himself or herself, needs to express a certain thing in the music video. My job basically is to bring that out and connect it with the music to become one language.
And how important are music videos for artists?
Well, I'll say that a song is not complete except a music video is done. A music video is just like the face of, just like when somebody, you're at home, you're dressing up to go out in the morning, then you look at your face in the mirror. So a music video in that sense is the reflection of what the artist is saying in the song. It's a short film, basically. In the history of music, if you go back all the way, when people like the Rolling Stones and Michael Jackson and all of them, when they started music, basically, they've always done a music video. And it's a powerful tool to promote music. You can't, especially in this 21st century now, the music industry is so big that you can't, it's impossible to if you have a song, you have a hit, for that song to become a hit if you don't have a music video. So it's a powerful tool to promote music.
Now, you told me that you want to help African artists get involved with music videos. What kind of challenges do these artists currently have facing them?
I think the challenges that they're facing today is the quality and the choreography of the whole thing. Because choreography, is simply having a sequence of something, and by the time you put that sequence all in one, it makes sense. So the format that they use, which is the quality of the music video compared to the quality of the music videos we have over here, there's a lot, there's a lot of differences. You say so that is why when some of that product, when we view some of their music video, and we ask them, why is this not this way? Why is that not that way? And probably this is the reason why they're not breaking, that record in the world today. I mean, some of them, in their style, they've got a very, they have, there's a lot of talented artists out there. So I think, there's a lot of difference. I mean, depending what they're looking for, and then it determines what we can give. And
I presume finance is one of the biggest issues.
Yes, finance is a big issue. I mean, as a friend was saying, Chris, that because sometimes a lot of them can't afford to come over here and have a budget to shoot this music video, because to do a video for a song starts all the way from level one. It starts from rehearsing in the studio with the artists, rehearsing with the dancers. If there's any model, anybody that you want to include in that music video, there has to be a sequence rehearsal with them. Then you're talking about the equipment you need, the cameras, the people who will shoot, the videography people, the director, the location, food, it's a package. So in terms of, a music video being a package, I think finance, money plays a lot of, role in it.
So what is your plan to help these artists on their quest to make music videos?
Basically to help them, if for instance, there's an artist out there, who wants to shoot a music video, and they can't afford to come over here. Now, this is my plan basically is, if they can't afford to come over here, and if they contact me or contact you, and then you want me to do the job, what we can do is, if they give us a format of what they're looking for in that music video, we can shoot some part of that music video over here. We can travel anywhere. We can shoot that in London, we can do that here, we can do that in France, any location. We'll shoot that music video, then they will shoot the rest of it over there. Now, what will happen is, if they want us to produce that music video, what we'll do, they have to send us the material that they've got over there, and when we do the editing, I mean, I work with a lot of talented directors, like the guy who directed Plan B music video, and the people I've got links to somebody like him who can come in the studio and produce no matter where the material has been shot. You can shoot a music video in so many locations, but in the studio is where you cook it all up. It's where you bring all that bits and put them into one. And it makes sense. So what we can do is basically when they have their material, they can send it over to us, or if they want us to send our material to them. So it's up to them what they can afford. Yeah.
I mean, there's probably quite a lot of aspiring artists in Africa that are maybe put off because of the challenges. What would be your message to them? My message to them is never to give up. I mean, there has been a few artists that's made it through. There is a record label in America, actually this I think it was not Kanye West record label. There's few artists that is actually on this record label. A guy that's called Wizkid, and some of them are fortunate, and that's like one out of 100. So my message to any artists out there in Africa, no matter what country, Zimbabwe, Malawi, in that continent, is not to be put off. Just get in touch. And when you get in touch, you'll be amazed, because there's a way around there where we can give you that service that somebody who throws in £50,000 into a music video, we can also give you something that's cheaper, very, very cheap. Now, moving back to your own career, Teo, and you've been in some big productions yourself, street dance being perhaps the biggest. Yeah. I mean, I started as a dancer basically, and formed a series of groups in London. Then went on. I was dancing in a lot of live shows, and occasions, and then went on to become a choreographer. Basically, I trained in Bristol. Street Dance, the movie, is the first street dance in 3D the first one that's ever been made in the UK. I was so excited to be a part of it, though it took a lot of hard work, but I was so excited. And finally, Teo, where do you see your own career going? Do you want to stick with the dancing? Do you want to move into choreography? Or do you really want to get involved in nurturing up-and-coming talent? Definitely I want to be able to move into, choreographing and becoming, I mean, I'm looking to study, live sound engineering in a few more years to come, and, to have a wider range of, to put my talent into, different areas, basically. And, we have, a lot of dance classes already running. That is done. And I do a workshop, and I do music videos for artists. I mean, I've worked, with a lot of Bangla artists as well that's come from, America, Bollywood artists. And some of these music videos, they're all on YouTube. That is, it's done. But I want to be able to move ahead in directing, editing, stuff like that. So. Okay, well, thanks very much for joining us. We wish you the best of luck. Thanks very much. And that was Teo, aka Mr. Tdance. For anyone out there who wants to get involved with Teo and his music video projects, please consult the ATV Facebook page for further details. Thanks for watching.
Now, the boys are back and licking their wounds after some failed predictions for the weekend's English Premier League matches. Here are Liam and Michael.
That's correct, Charity. Me and Michael were a bit way off with our predictions on Friday, and we hold our hands up. I'd also like to apologise to anyone who placed a bet based on what we predicted in Friday's show. We'll start with United, who took on Stoke. We both thought they'd win, but we said 3-0. It was actually 4-2, with goals from Rooney twice, Van Persie and Danny Welbeck. Rooney also scored at the other end, an own goal, but he made up for it with a great performance. Did you see the game, Mike?
Yeah, just parts of it I was switching between numerous games, but well, just goes to show the quality of the Premier League. We both expected United to win comfortably, but it's no longer that easy and straightforward.
And Stoke scored twice at Old Trafford. We didn't see that one coming. Does it show that they've really got defensive problems?
Well, it's either they have got defensive problems, or Stoke, which I suspect is have upped their game like most other Premier League teams.
That's true. The important thing was for United, though, they got the win. and they stay in contention at the top of the league, just behind Chelsea. Now, City travelled to West Brom, and I'm proud to say that this was my perfect result of the weekend. City winning 2-1, as I said on Friday. Michael said 3-1, so also the right result. But City took 2 Edin Dzeko goals right in the last stages of the game to win the game. They'd initially gone behind to a Shane Long goal and had James Milner sent off for a professional foul after 23 minutes. Now, Dzeko's proving to be a bit of a super sub, isn't he?
Yeah, he is definitely a super sub. Each time he comes on, he manages to get a goal or two.
He's a good player, but a lot of people are saying the thing about City is they're not playing well, but they're scraping out results and they're getting the wins, and that's what champions do, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the mark of a true champion. Whenever you're not playing well, you still manage to get those 3 points. And at the end of the day, they don't remember how you played, but it's the points that count.
Now, interesting choice for Roberto Mancini. He's got so many strikers. Surely Dzeko deserves the starting place.
Well, the couple of times that he has started, he hasn't scored. So he's more effective as a sub, really. So if he's going to be a super sub, why not play him like that? Because he will change the game.
That's a good point. And that result keeps City right on course with United, just behind Chelsea at the top of the Barclays Premier League. And now we have to do it. Michael Mambo won't thank me for it, but we have to look at the Arsenal game. We were so confident that Arsenal would stroll down to Carrow Road against Norwich and come away with an easy win. I actually said 4-0 for this one. I couldn't have been more wrong. Michael was more cautious, he said 2-0, but in the end, Norwich surprised everyone with a 1-0 win. Grant Holt getting the goal, and Arsenal, easily one of their worst performances of the season. They never got going. Michael, I know it must be hard to talk about this, but you said that the Gunners do disappoint sometimes in the easier games, and that's just what happened, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the scoreline might have been wrong, but I did say that Arsenal, when you expect them to win, they do the opposite.
And is this the kind of result we were just saying? City get through those games when they're not playing well. Arsenal haven't done. Is that why they're maybe not challenging for titles?
Definitely. Well, I knew Arsenal were in trouble when you're looking at the subs bench and you see people like Arshavin, people you have long forgotten about, and they managed to sneak into the team. Fair and fine, he may be doing well in training, you never know, but at the end of the day, from what we've seen so far, we know what Arshavin is all about, and his best days are long gone at Arsenal.
Well, it's safe to say none of us saw that result coming, and particularly Arsene Wenger, who was furious after the game. He's going to have to rebuild his squad for their next game and hope for a much better result. And finally, we come to what was our match of the week, Spurs versus Chelsea, and it really was the game of the week. It was fantastic action. It finished 4-2 to Chelsea as they march on at the top of the league. I mean, Juan Mata was by far the best player on the pitch. He scored 2, he set one up, he was dazzling. I said it'd be 2-2, so I was reasonably close. I think you were going for a Spurs, well, you were hoping for a Spurs win.
Well, I was hoping for a Spurs win, but I was almost there, but Chelsea were too strong on the day and they eventually won.
It was a topsy-turvy game, wasn't it? Spurs came back from 1-0 down, went 2-1 up. At that stage, you thought it was theirs to win, but Chelsea's, we talked about their players like Mata and Hazard, they're world-class players, aren't they?
Yeah, the teams were just separated by killer passes. If you look at the Mata goals, prior to them, he had an average game, but then he just got 2 good through balls and that's it.
And at the start of this season, everyone kind of discounted Chelsea. They said it would be the Manchester teams at the top. Surely they are maybe favourites now?
Well, you can't discount the team that buys one player for something like 30 million, another player for 40 million, a striker for 50 million. Yeah. Obviously, these are not your 5 million, 4 million type of players. These are big players and you expect them to deliver.
And they have delivered, and Roberto Di Matteo's team sit nicely placed right at the top of the league. So, we've held our hands up, we apologise. Give us another chance this Friday, and we'll try and get our predictions more spot on. Join us then.
Today's photo of the day has been awarded to Lennon Lempa Mpandaguta for this really cute picture. Keep your photos coming to us on the ATV Facebook page, and you could be on the big screen tomorrow. Thanks for watching and have a good evening.